Welcome back to my opera channel. My name is Avi, and I am this week and pretty much every week's host of this wonderful opera channel for you. This week, I thought it would be just the right time to start talking about money again. One, the Christmas season is upon us, and that is expensive, yet is the only time you're actually going to be making tons of cash as a star up-and-coming singing person. That's just the time that everyone's hiring and there's more work than normal times of the year. So let's talk about all the things that you actually do need to spend money on the rest of the year so that you can budget that into your spendings over this coming season, and you can then put like a piggy bank of all the money. And you may say, Avi, what do you know about budgeting? You're pretty broke. Well, I would say you're right. Since Christmas is almost here and you're going to be wanting to spend money on attractions, gifts, food, bev, all those lovely things, it's also important to remember the expenses you have as an opera singer that are going to be coming up throughout the year. So I've made a short list. So you might think about that, or might ask for some of this stuff as Christmas gifts. That's an idea. Now I really wish I celebrated Christmas. I mean, I always wish I celebrate Christmas, but that would have been great. Anyway, sidetracking. Here is a short list of all the things that you need money for. Number 1, singing lessons. They are expensive and you really can't do anything without them. You really need them. Number 2, coachings and piano accompaniment people and they're called accompanists, but a pianist and a coach. I'm putting that under a blanket of people who play the piano, but every coach gives you something else, and you really want to be able to work with as many different people as you can, because it's the way you get into the world. It's the way you meet people. Number 3, language coaching. Now, if you're in school, use that. That is the only tip I've been hearing from pretty much everyone in the real world. Use those coachings as much as you possibly can, because they cost a lot of money in the outside world. So use it and abuse it, because when you're out of school, you don't want to have to budget that in, but you will have to, because that's just the way the world works. So all of those are very obvious, but let's talk about the unobvious things and things you can potentially ask for as a Christmas gift. 1, Yap Tracker or Audition Oracle subscription. Now, without these 2 websites, you will not hear about any auditions. And if you do, it's all through word of mouth and stuff like that. But really, it all goes through Yap Tracker and Audition Oracle. And that's really the only way to find out information. So get yourself an account. And they can be expensive. So maybe ask for that for Christmas from someone who's very generous and be like, you know what, don't buy me gifts, because guess what? I will be able to buy myself this stuff if you pay for this one subscription, which costs loads of money. So yes, Yap Tracker and Audition Oracle. I'm in the UK, so I use Audition Oracle more than I use Yap Tracker. Well, I don't use Yap Tracker at all, because I think that's what people mostly use here. Depends where you are, just use that website. Makeup. Now, I know this sounds really random, and doesn't mean you have to wear makeup every single day. Although, when you're in a concert, you pretty much have to wear makeup. It's just the way the world works. And you won't have someone doing your makeup for you until very late in the game. And even that sometimes won't necessarily be true. Sometimes you have to do your own makeup. So invest in good makeup that really looks good on stage and is your right tone and everything like that. But make sure you actually do have that makeup. I'm serious. It's annoying, and you don't necessarily have to I'm not saying you have to wear makeup every day. I'm just saying you do need it for concerts. That's just the constructs of the world still. And you need to look presentable. Another thing that you should budget in is some kind of workout class. It could either be going to the gym, yoga, Pilates, anything like that. But you really do need to be taking care of your body for many, many reasons. It helps you move better on stage. It makes sure that you have more stamina. You need to be working out. I'm not going to go into that now because that's not this video, but working out. Another thing you can ask for as a Christmas gift, and then moving on to the next thing, is concert clothing. That is expensive, and you need to make sure you have different things that fit for different things. Yes, it all sounds very materialistic, but guess what? The opera world is still pretty materialistic. So you gotta look the part sometimes, and that's just what it is. I'm sorry if you don't like that, but you do need to know that those are the things that you need to spend money on. Yeah, you can't really walk up in jeans and a t-shirt to a concert. Look nice. Go to a secondhand store and get stuff. Doesn't need to be like a designer store, but it adds up. Moving on to expenses that are expensive, but you need them. Because that's how we move forward. And they pop up out of nowhere. In order to really continue in the business, you really have to apply for a lot of things. If it's summer programs, master classes, competitions, really sing your heart out basically in front of as many different people as you can. But every single one of those things has an application fee or tuition fee. So make sure that you do have a pot of money that you're then deciding how many things you're applying for and what you're applying for, because that stuff always creeps up on you and you're like, oh, right, I can't compete in this thing because I don't have the 60 pounds that I need for the application fee. Or school application fees are also very expensive. So make sure you have a little bucket of cash that you can just say, oh, here, take a month worth of groceries. With that, you also need to get to these auditions and competitions and summer programs, and you need to stay in places that are far away. So you also need a travel budget and an accommodations budget, which can be very large. Sometimes if you have to be in a different city for unknown number of days, because sometimes it's just not the same day, but you don't know how long you're going to be there for. Make sure you ask on Facebook first if you have any friends living in the city that you are going to, and if they have a spare bed for you, that will save you a lot of money. And it's also nice to see your friends. It's a lot of spending money before you make money, and it's very painful as a young person. But if you're passionate enough about it, you will make it work, and you will find a way to make it work. That's my own belief on the system. Try and find as many sponsorship opportunities that you can, and try and go out for as many scholarships as you can. Another great Christmas gift that you can ask for, scores. These things can be very, very expensive, and if you know there's a role or something that you really want to learn and you need the score for, or you're going to be in a production of, ask for that for a Christmas present. They could be 70, 80 pounds sometimes. I mean, this one cost me, what, $50? Something like that. But I was working at the time when I bought it, so it's fine. I think I've scared you all enough about how much money it is to be an opera singer. But if you love it, you'll do it. Anyway, I think I'm going to end this video here. So that's all, folks. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this little video. And if you've been enjoying any of my content, please check out my SoundCloud so that you can help promote this channel. It's kind of like Patreon, but it's through the Royal Academy of Music. And I only have until Christmas Eve to complete my budget. Otherwise, I have to give all the money back and I won't be able to support this channel as much. So please help me. Help me. Help me. Help me. Anyway, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And tell me, please, what do you think you need to spend money on? Oh, and hit that notification bell so you can be notified when a new video comes out. Anyway, I will see you all next week in another video, because I make a video pretty much every single Monday and a podcast on a Friday. So, in the meantime, have a great week. Drink lots and lots of tea, and go see an opera. You'll enjoy it. I promise. I promise.